Attention chat, attention chat. Someone please respond to Stacy R and her chat question. We will be discussing further after we are officially live. But I need somebody to answer that question. Yes. Just giving me a minute. But I'm coming at you and I'm coming in hot. I'm motherfucking pissed. Let's get this show on the motherfucking road. That's the mood I'm in. My energy has been triggered today. Some of y'all might have caught some heat. I want to apologize to anybody who is caught in the crossfire. I want to apologize to anybody who has become a casualty of war on Twitter. My bad. All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the super chat and the new member. Welcome. Is that you? Who is this? Let me see. Let me get the right King here. Thomas, that's what I thought. Thomas Reese. Thank you, King. Appreciate you. All right, let's get this thing going. You know. Whew, what a day.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Don, you are the number one motherfucking team lockup motherfucker. Bitch, you was the original motherfucking team lockup. Oh, Larry came in. Like, I know I could stand great with God is done as far as like being a non-supporter. I can stand with God is done. But other than that, the others, they're questionable.
warrior. FYI, I was never in your bushes. All right, y'all. Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. Yep, I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior. In case you didn't know, in case you new to the Goddess Dawn show, welcome back, especially to my warriors. We are here. We are finally, this is a moment of truth right here. This is a moment we've been waiting on for 3+ years. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it. There's no dog and pony show, or there's some bells, but there's no whistles. And I'm not doing a whole lot of extras today. Today is about the testimony. Today is about the moment of truth, as I said. So, yeah, like I said, I am Goddess Dawn, baby, here on day 4 of R. Kelly's federal Chicago trial. Yep, today was the day we all been waiting for, and it didn't disappoint, to be honest. And it does feel awkward to speak that way about a child foreign, but this is, again, I'm gonna keep saying it's about the truth. It's about the truth because it sets you free every time. And Jane was able to get some shit off her chest today. Yeah, today's testimony was heartbreaking and in general just horrible. Hard to hear, hard to read, hard to swallow. But then you think about her and the fact that she had to live it. That was her life, you know? So yeah, like I said, today is not about extras right now. No exposés. Well, maybe, I don't know. I did come across something that was interesting, but just the testimony. Let's just, get into it. We're going to court, y'all. Yeah, Twitter court, but court nonetheless. We're going to read these live tweets from these reporters. They were in the overflow room, and if you were keeping up with my community wall, you kind of got some bits and pieces of some things. So, just sit back, relax. And if you're driving, just, stay alert, but catch the vibe. I'll come back. I'm going to drop the link because if anybody wants to come up here, I kind of do need a second set of eyes for the chat because I'm going to be on a different screen. So let me I didn't even say hi to y'all yet, did I? Okay, let's do that while we wait on maybe a queen or a king or 2 or 3 to come up in here. All right. Wow, Wayne. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know how I appreciate you. Stacy R. Welcome. Wasn't trying to put you on blast, but I want to make sure you were taken care of. Hazel E. Yes. Thank you for being here. Chrissy Power. Soldier. Are you a mod, Chrissy? If not, you need to be a mod. Let me know. Marcus XRI King. Back. Shouty. Yes. Thank you for those bells. While we're doing this, can we get some purple hearts? Can we get some purple hearts for the survivors? For Jane, for RL, for she killed that today. Yulita. Yes. Thomas Reese, thanks again. J-Man, thank you. Joel Jackson, yes. I'm making my way down. Andrew Staples, yep. Lil Red, it's been a minute, huh? Welcome back. Democra, yo. Miss Della. Yes, you are good, Stacy. Yeah, I'm not trying to run you off. That wasn't towards you. Aisha, yes. Lasting Impression by Kim. Yes. Michelle Hurd. Sharita Michelle. Yes. Mimi again. What? Welcome back. Shamina Wright, welcome. Thanks for popping in. What's going on, Easy Rider? Health and blessings to everybody. Peace and prosperity. And of course, love. Yes, thank you for those purple hearts. Yes, let's get those purple hearts flooding for the survivors. Let's give some energy out because tomorrow is the cross examination. And, J Bone is up to bat. Yes. Miss Della.
Hello. I think I probably wanted to be in the chat. I'm a little. My nerves are unsettling after this.
Oh, that's cool.
The
That's fine.
testimony.
Just know that, just text me or something if I need to come back to the chat because I'm gonna probably just be on the other screen.
Okay.
I don't
I'll
see
wait for somebody else to join and then I'll go back in the chat. But keep it going, girl.
Hey Jay, welcome. Angela Lofton, welcome. All right. Hey, let's get into it. So let me pull up. So I'm gonna be switching back and forth to a couple Twitters because these reporters, they take breaks and hand off to somebody else. And then I found another one that I actually preferred his reporting, but we'll start off with the Tribune. Please like this video, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please become a member. By the way, yeah, that member channel is that's the real behind the scenes right there, and that's where we'll be dropping some lives, some more lives, and all of that. So make sure you join for $1.99 a month. Okay, let me take this picture down.
This is the day that we waited for.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so this is the begin. So today is day 4. Was day 4. Wow, of court proceedings for R. Kelly, Daryl McDavid, Milton June Brown in this obstruction case for this porn tape, this child porn tape from the 2008 state case that he was acquitted of. This is to prove that that case was obstructed and corrupted. And also to, and I guess the tapes are also being acknowledged here, being vindicated in a sense. They are real. But before Jane came on, they continued testimony with Daniel Everett. Daniel Everett was the investigator who got the tape, the original tape. He did, and even prior to that, he did an inquiry. I won't call it an investigation, but he went to talk to Jane, and she denied anything was going on, and he just kind of left it at that. But then a year later, he got the tape. So he testified yesterday for the prosecution, and this is and I think Bongine crossed him already, but McDavid's attorney picked up where everybody left off this morning, and let's get into that. McDavid's attorney, Bo Brindley, is cross-examining CPD detective Daniel Everett, hinting heavily toward chain of custody issues for the tape at the center of Kelly's 2002 case. So, of course, they're coming in and they're trying to dismantle the tape as best they can. Everett recently reviewed a copy of that video, which is also a part of this federal indictment, and has testified that the content was the same, but acknowledges he has not seen the original tape in years and does not know where it is. On cross from Kelly attorney Bongine, okay, here we go. Everett says he also interviewed one of Jane's friends who is expected to testify later at trial under the pseudonym Pinky. Pinky did not tell Everett that she had any sexual contact with Kelly, according to Everett's report from 2002. So we're going to hear from Pinky. The prosecution's next witness is a Winnetka man who back in 2001 purchased a big house in Lakeview, a converted church with a swimming pool and basketball court and a barbershop. The previous owner he came to find out, R. Kelly. So this is the owner of the house. Oh, I don't know if he still owns the house, but he bought the house and found out it's his house. This house where Kelly allegedly filmed at least one of the videos at issue in the federal indictment, and in 2002, police evidence technicians came through to take photos including pics of the wood paneled room depicted on the tape. After he purchased the home from R. Kelly, he found out that the smoke detectors in the bedrooms were not, in fact, smoke detectors, they were video cameras. He also found that you had to press a button to get out of the bedroom, a feature he removed since he thought it was a safety hazard. You getting all this?
Yes, Lord.
Let me just come over to the chat real quick. Oh yeah, 3 different attorneys, Sharita. There are 3 different defendants, and they're answering to these victims. And yeah, each of their attorneys are getting a crack at them. Definitely. So tomorrow is the day, we need to definitely pray for her, and we need to definitely send her love and light through energy, virtually, and however else you deem to do that. But let's see. Let me just see something over here. Okay. Some of y'all are ahead of me, but it's cool. Jane, I just hate hearing that. I mean, do we have to? Has taken the stand at Kelly's federal trial. She is expected to testify. Kelly repeatedly sexually abused her when she was a teenager and persuaded her to lie to authorities about it. I'm not going to be saying that word anymore. I have to say something else. S-A'd her. S-A is S abuse. Okay. Jane was at the center of the Kelly's child pornography case in the early 2000s. She and her family repeatedly denied to authorities that she was the girl on the tape, and she was never called to testify. Prosecutors now say Kelly paid off her family and pressured him to lie. Jane was starstruck with Kelly, she said, especially after he attended a performance of her music group and gave her good feedback. In quotes, "It made me feel happy that such a successful person was saying I was gifted, so I was excited." Jane is going through and identifying pictures of Kelly's studio, which she said she first began visiting with her aunt Stephanie Sparkle Edwards circa 1996 to 1997. Jane would have been 12 to 13 years old at this point. Now, this part really had me like, excuse me, but let's go on. Stephanie told Jane, quote, "I should ask him to be my godfather. I should sit on his lap and rub his head and ask him to play that role in my life," Jane testified. She did, and Kelly says, in quote, chuckled a bit and said yes. So that's how that, I guess, a relation, whatever that was established at that point. So Sparkle, this is me talking. I'm coming out of the tweets. Sparkle encouraged her to cozy up to him, I guess you could say. Either way, he is the villain in the story. Let's not get that twisted. He was the adult with the child, and he is the one who did the acts. So, but it was surprising to me to hear that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And I was looking at some other tweets, and we don't really know who's telling the truth, who's in there capping. Twitter full of cap. But people were saying that Stephanie / Sparkle was also offering up other young family members to him, or trying to push him on him, as they said. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll get more into Sparkle later. All right. After that, the nature of their relationship changed, Jane said. "We would spend a lot of time on the phone together, and eventually he might ask me a question like, 'What color your panties are you wearing?'" She was 13 years old. And this is part of the grooming process, right? I mean, I'm just checking in with y'all. There was a whole thing between me and one of the Beehive people about grooming. We'll get into that later. Jane testified she was around 14 when Kelly began to physically touch her in a S way. The first time was late at night in the office area of Kelly's studio. Since he was her godfather, it was normal for her to be around him without supervision, she said. The physical contact escalated to S acts when Jane was 14. So 14 years old, the acts began, the actual acts. 2 years of grooming. And Kelly engaged, it says, in her intercourse for the first time when she was 15. Okay, so I guess there were acts, but then the actual full-on intercourse was at 15. See, people were confused about this, saying she was lying because she couldn't get the ages right, but I think I understand it. And we'll see if it contradicts later. It says they had S word innumerable amounts of times when she was 15 to 18 years old. And I'm pretty sure, I guess they're honing in on the minor years because I'm pretty sure it went beyond 18. But Kelly gave her alcohol for the first time when she was 14, and she would drink heavily, she said. It would help me loosen up, kind of take me away from the moment. So this is where my little Twitter thing happened, because somebody said something like, well, what's wrong, with these girls? Because when I was that age, I wouldn't even have entertained that or whatever. And I'm like, she was a child. Like, why are you defending this creepo so hard and aggressively on Twitter? You don't know this man. Okay, let me go on. Kelly would suggest Jane recruit her young friends to join them, and she complied. She testified. He would make an advance like, what's up with this person? How would you feel if they were included in our S activity? I told him yes. I would basically pitch the idea. Okay, so they went to lunch. I'm going to actually switch over to a different Twitter. Wow. People are so rude to these reporters. Any thoughts, Ms. Della?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Any thoughts? I'm switching over to a different Twitter, but I'm asking if you have any
No,
thoughts.
it's absolutely devastating, and I think that Sparkle may have to answer for that, because if that part is true, you threw her over there. You gave her to him, and you're right. Oh, well, let's just say you enticed her to sit on his lap and rub his head and ask him to be a godfather. You could have done that without that. You didn't have to sit on somebody's lap to ask for your be a godfather. I don't give a shit. He was the adult. He knew better. So carry on.
Hell yeah, he did. Queen said, I don't get it. What I'm trying to understand what Queen was trying to ask. So I want to make sure we on the same page. Love you too, boo. You been gone. You're welcome to come back on stage anytime, and you know that. So just FYI.
Miss P, would you
yes.
please dial in, please?
If I need to drop the chat again, the link again, I shall do so. Just anybody wants to join us, kick me a 1. We'll drop that. Let's see, Sharita, but she has lied for years. I can't imagine Sparkle going to CPS and police if she meant for her niece to be abused. Yeah, that was sad, but at the same time, if you're not even thinking on that level of things, she may not have thought it would have crossed that line. Maybe she just wanted, maybe she was kind of using for the benefit of their careers, because she knew her niece was talented also, and she was also singing. I remember her video with her bubble eyes. I forgot the name of the song, but I remember R. Kelly was in it too. And I guess that wasn't the original plan, but she got her song right. So I don't know if I'm not. It's just questionable. But she is the one who was campaigning for her niece. We can't say she wasn't. So I don't know. They all make me want to. Yeah, Twitter is a mess. Okay. James Peoples. Oh yeah, by the way, I got that. By the way, yes. I've been busy. Yes. I wonder if Sparkle thought about the Aaliyah marriage before she let Jane meet R. Kelly. I think everyone did, to be honest. Anyone who came after Aaliyah probably thought about Aaliyah. Um, never heard of a child asking adults to be their godparents. Most parents ask other adults. Exactly. Yeah, none of that was all weird. And if Sparkle did indeed tell her niece to do that, um, that's weird. Like why? And it had to have been for a benefit to her.
I think the last interview that I saw her on, it was actually at the Breakfast on the Breakfast Club, and she was still telling the same story. She was shocked to see her in there, like what you doing here by yourself and things like that. And then she said she was like devastated, like you know, she just could not believe that she was there with him alone. So that's a big stretch from being a godfather, then questioning why he's there, why you're there with him alone, especially at nighttime. And then again, the actions that she did with the tape. So I don't want to say anything more. I'll go ahead and let you finish.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, because there was a part about her spending the night over there at, being so comfortable where she would just be packing a bag. Um, Let me find the top of his thing because we're going to start getting into the parents and stuff. This whole thing is wild. Okay. So I'm gonna pick up on this guy. He's like, they were at lunch. So he says, we're back from lunch with minor one, Jane, still on the stand under direct examination by Assistant U.S. Attorney, getting into some more detail about her early teens and her relationship with Kelly. Jane on her relationship with Kelly once it turned S word in her early teens. Quote, anything I wanted. He just made it seem like it was available to me, not just materialistic, but emotionally with anything I was going through, whether it was school or friends, he was there for me. On how she would approach her underage friends, Pinky and Brittany, to join threesomes with Kelly. Quote, it would start off as joking conversations of me having a crush on him and just discussion to fill out if they would be interested. Apentic, the prosecutor, asked about whether Kelly ever made videos of S acts with Jane, who can recall at least 3 occasions where he filmed at Kelly's Lakeview mansion. Kelly would set up a camcorder, adjust the lights. One session was filmed in the log cabin room. Prosecutor has Jane identify still images from 2 videos allegedly filmed in Kelly's bedroom and living room. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bongine, asked to see the exhibit. We can't provide it to you. Contraband. We can show it to you, the prosecutor said. What? Let her know. We can't give you this, but you can look at it. Get your filthy paws off of it. Jane IDs the frames. It sounds like they weren't shown to the courtroom. And then this reporter says that they're in the media overflow room with only audio. As S acts film in Kelly's living room and bedroom. Quote, how old were you when the acts depicted in those S encounters occurred? 14, she said. See, 14 is said here, right? Somebody in the chat, I think, had asked if it was 15, but here she's saying 14, and this is supposedly testimony being quoted. Asked how she felt about being filmed while having S word, Jane says she was uncomfortable. Why did she do it? And remember, she said she was drinking too. So, in quotes, that's when I began to love him. I felt like I was in a relationship, and these were normal things that happen, she said. Now, let's remember, this is a child. During the acts, Kelly and Jane refer to her, quote, 14-year-old, end quote, body parts. During the video, Kelly gave Jane expensive champagne, Cristal, and urinated on her, Jane says, describing from video. Yeah, she said in quotes something like, he urinated on my vagina. 14 years old. Now on to video 1. Everybody all right? Y'all doing
Yes,
good?
Lord, keep going. Jesus
Okay.
Christ, this is terrible.
Welcome, T. Jacobs. Sparkle is getting flack more than the parents. Some parents, they benefited the most. Yeah, I don't think Sparkle did benefited at all. She lost her whole family. If I recall Sparkle's story, she says she introduced her to the music. Okay, I just like to catch up on y'all's comments, but that can wait. Okay, let's come back over here. Her voice getting soft and hoarse, Jane has sounded remarkably poised until this line of questioning. She describes S acts on the video. Here we go, y'all. If anybody feels like they're going to be triggered, turn the volume down, or, you got to protect yourself now. Jane explains why Kelly handed her cash at the start of the videos. Jane takes a long pause and seems to choke up. Quote, if anybody saw the tape or if it was released for some reason, he wanted it to appear as if I was a prostitute, she said, sniffling. This is when I really got pissed. Like I was already mad and like feeling like a heartbreak, like my heart was just breaking. But this pissed me the fuck off. I'm just saying, like this whole thing is so disgusting. But that type of plotting, in case somebody catches me up, this shows and proves you're a prostitute. And if y'all remember the Minnesota case that he's facing, he said that's what they said about this girl, that she's a prostitute. I remember that was in the news reports. So now, no doubt that came from him. Sick fuck. The prosecutor asked Jane about her encounters with Kelly and Lisa Van Allen, an over 18 girlfriend of Kelly. But she was 17 when she was started with him, right? When she met him, from what I understand. Okay. She, Van Allen, who will testify for the prosecution, and Kelly had threesomes multiple times, including one that was taped in the log cabin room. That might be the adult video. I mean, the woman that is in the video, they're not going to show, maybe. Defense attorneys have said Lisa Van Allen made off with a tape of her having S-word with Kelly and the 14-year-old Jane, and later tried to blackmail the singer with it. Kelly kept videos in a gym bag or in the log cabin jacuzzi room at his Lakeview home. She saw Kelly put tapes in the bag or on shelves in the house after filming. Kelly co-defendant Milton June Brown gets his first mention in this testimony to date when Jane is asked who else saw the handling of the duffel bag Kelly used to stash his porn tapes. So, June was carrying around the duffel bag. Oh, duffel bag boy. Oh, duffel bag bitch boy. I can't even believe a grown-ass man is doing this kind of what type of world is this? This is unbelievable. I mean, and it's like we knew this stuff, but to hear her testify to it, to hear this come from her mouth.
And it showed you how much of a sicko he is. Everybody else, maybe change your clothes or, getting ready for your concert. This motherfucker walking around carrying sex tapes.
Motherfucker. Anybody, and these people are steady fighting for him. Okay, let's go on. Daryl McDavid gets his first mention as Jane describes a 2002 meeting with Kelly and her parents at an Oak Park hotel as rumors swirled about a S-tape of her and Kelly. McDavid, she said, set up the meeting. Motherfucking McDavid, you guilty bitch. Now what? You set up the meeting. You knew she was an underage girl. Snake. All right. The purpose of the meeting was to get Jane's parents, in quotes, on board. And this is in quotes. Things were about to go to the next level as far as authorities getting involved. And so I needed to let my parents know that we had an S relationship because they were going to find out, Jane said. Jane's father and Kelly went into another room, and Kelly admitted he had S-word with Jane while she was underage. Her father was outraged. In quotes, I remember Kelly, in quotes, dropping to his knees and grabbing his head and apologizing profusely and asking for my dad's forgiveness. Jane said. Now there was another reporter who quoted or who noted that at this point the father said, "I can't help you," and walked away from him. So there was a change of heart or a change of tune, though. Kelly sent Jane and her parents on a trip to the Bahamas and Cancun to get away from the negative attention, in quotes, from authorities and the press. Kelly told Jane to make her parents, quote, uncomfortable so they wouldn't turn on Kelly. She said it was not a fun vacation. Boy. Okay. Jane was in frequent communication with Kelly while in Bahamas, Cancun with her parents. She said, "I just let him know that I was following his instructions. In a sense, I was kind of working on them to be in his favor, just begging them to plead with them." I don't know if any of y'all have had teenage kids or even younger than preteens who beg and beg and beg and like they get in trouble, but they want to break their punishment. Like it is the most annoying. I can't even imagine. And the fact that they went on the trip says, I mean, I think that was probably that for them, that was saying, yeah, well, maybe we'll go with this. Because I wouldn't have been going on no damn trip. And we're going to that trial. And we getting on a stand, telling the truth. And I know that was hard. I know it was. Because that's unheard of what happened. This big superstar with your teenage, with your young, not even, she was barely a teenager. Okay, let me stop. I can't help it. I'm sorry, y'all. So then I think he had to dip. Let's see what she says. Jane was frequent. Okay, so yeah, so she was begging and begging, right? And so I'm gonna now switch to a different thread. Okay, we good?
Yep, we good.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know, like she said, he got on his hands and knees and begging them. Something did switch. Money, that's what switch.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now I gotta find where that we left off at. Okay. We'll start here. In early 2002, Kelly told Jane's parents that it was true he'd been having S-word with their daughter and asked that they keep quiet. She said, I remember my dad storming out. He was saying, "I can't help you. I can't help you." He was hysterical. Jane says R. Kelly decided to send them to the Bahamas and Cancun so they would not be accessible, in quotes, to police and media. In a quote, there was a lot of negative attention happening around the videotape, and Robert wanted us to leave the country and figure out approaches going forward. This girl is 14 at the time, or 15, or however much, but still having to deal with this. Like, shoot. Okay, so they went on a break. She came back on the stand. We're back. Jane says that while they were on their trip, her parents came to the conclusion they were going to do as I asked and basically stay on Kelly's side. She said they lost their jobs and couldn't afford lawyers, and they didn't want to lose her too. See, right there. So these people were regular working people, regular family. But they go on this trip. I'm assuming they lost their jobs because they went on this trip and left their jobs. That's what I was assuming. She is not specific. And the fact that now she's saying that, you know, they lost their jobs, they couldn't afford lawyers. So that means we needed money. And by them saying we didn't want to lose, means she was threatening that I'm going to go with him. And we know another Jane that their parents, other Janes that left their parents and lost communication. There's still one who they haven't heard from. They didn't want that. This is what they're saying here. or what she's saying, explaining. Okay, Jane says while she was in Mexico, she got a tattoo with Kelly's name and with a heart. When she got back and showed it to Kelly, he told her it was a problem and had Milton Brown take her to a tattoo artist's house to get it covered up. Milton Brown, Mr. I didn't know nothing, knew way more than what he's trying to say. Jane says after subpoenaed to testify before a Cook County grand jury in April 2002, Kelly again told her to stay loyal, in quotes, and deny it was her on the tape. She said Kelly paid for an attorney to go with her to the appearance. Jane says she was put under oath before the grand jury. Question, were you truthful? She said no. Question, what did you tell them that was not true? She said that I was not involved with Kelly's S word and that we had never made any videotapes. So there she is acknowledging right there the obstruction, the coercion. Jane acknowledges that in exchange for her testimony, she has been granted immunity from prosecution for perjury. Now, still keep in mind this she was a child, like at this point. Jane says she turned over 2 key pieces of evidence to Kelly's lawyers: a silver cross necklace that was visible on the S tape, as well as her passport, which had a photo of her wearing the same necklace. The lawyers were Ed Jensen, and I believe there was a Sam, she said, Sam Adam Jr., which is Ed's son, and he was also on the defense team. Ed Jensen, who's now no longer in the world, took this girl. Okay, I'm just reading it again because I want to make sure. Hold on.
So the lawyer knew about it.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure I'm reading this right. So she's saying she turned over those key pieces of evidence during the first trial to Ed Jensen. So yeah, he knew. Piece of shit. Jane testifies she moved to Kelly's mansion in Olympia Fields while his case was pending, but after he was acquitted, their relationship, quote, changed for the worse. And she said, as far as other women being involved, as far as abuse coming into play, Kelly's lawyer objects, now in a sidebar. So when she moved into the house, other women were there and were involved at that point, and then she was getting abused. Soon as he got free, soon as he got acquitted, Jane testifies Kelly abused her from age 17 to the time she left him at 24. I have another thing that came up into my mind. I'm going back to 2014. Let me go back because I thought I saw 2014. Okay, well, I just remember, I think that's when Joy went. The other Jane was at 2015. So all of these girls were involved at the same time. Well, as she was making her exit, it sounds like. Okay, Jane testifies Kelly abused her from age 17 to the time she left him at 24. Quote, it involved being spanked and hitting, she says. She also says he controlled her and would not allow her to work or leave. Oh, that's where 2014 is. But in 2014, she said Kelly helped her rent her own place in University Park and get a car to go to work. He paid for it in part with a check that said settlement on it. Question, did you have any kind of settlement agreement with Mr. Kelly? She said no. So he helped her rent her own place. Doesn't say he was renting her a place, but he helped her rent her place, get a car so she could go to work. Does that sound like a dream life to anybody? Not me.
That for a billionaire.
Yeah, $900 million strong R. Kelly. You can't set this girl up so she could go to college, or she wasn't ready for college yet, was she? Well, I don't know, but she needed to be going to get a car and go to work and all that with this little basic life that you trying to give her after you abused her and took her youth. She was supposed to be so talented also, and you used that for your benefit too. Ugh. Jane says she finally started coming clean about her relationship with Kelly to law enforcement a few years ago. Asked why, she paused for several seconds. In quotes, because I became exhausted with living with his lies. She became exhausted of living with his lies. And that's what women do when they grow into women. We start realizing shit, seeing shit for what it is. So he said, this is it for the direct testimony. McDavid's lawyer, Bo Brindley, is starting his cross. Let me get out of that because the cross was short, he said. That was pretty much it, actually. He says Brindley's cross was brief and we are now adjourned for the day. He said, woo, make that a martini a double, child. So tomorrow, she's going to resume the stand, and Jennifer Bongine is going to do her cross. So that's where we're at.
Of course she is. I also read that, during her testimony, he wouldn't even look at her. That he was looking
Yes,
down at the table, and she
I
wouldn't
was
look
going to
at
say
him.
that.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that I read that. I read that. Someone else tweeted that he didn't look. He did not make eye contact with her as she was testifying, nor did she really with him either. And do you blame her? Yeah, definitely glad she woke up. And yeah, that was enough, Sharita. I agree for the day. Everybody was worn out after that. And yet people are still on Twitter arguing back and forth about his innocence. I wonder why they praised R. Kelly in her dad's obituary. So weird. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to come up during cross. Because I already mentioned that if I was the defense attorney, that would definitely be a part of my questioning. Hazel's asking if they show videos. Now, one reporter said that they showed so that the Jane identified the disc that she saw the evidence on, and described it, but they didn't show it yet. But they're going to. They say they're going to show the jury. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't happen during this particular proceeding. Maybe it's going to happen when they go back and review the evidence as a whole. She was ready to free her soul as she off those soul ties. Yes, J-Man. And demon seeds he sowed in her life. Very true. Definitely. I feel like Bonjean's going to be ruthless. She might try it. Jojo better tread carefully on cross. The majority of the women jurors are 45 plus. Won't take kindly to the attacks of victims. Yeah, she's good for attacking a victim though, but she gonna learn. They were disgusting on Twitter. I had to leave. Yeah, Twitter was bad. I stand my ground though. Somebody called me a Karen today, y'all. I was like, when it comes to your Kang, yeah, you could call me. I'll wear that. But I had to laugh. I guess they looked at my picture, saw my light, bright self. But you know what? Fuck you. I will be a Karen to your Kang any day. They had to have developed a type of sick codependence with him as a family. Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, JC, Bonjean gonna try to blame it on the other two being charged with. Yep, you're right. Daryl McDavid being the business manager, and Milton. I don't know how he gonna blame. He might try to throw Milton under the bus. Poor Milton. Like that. This is what it means to have so much passiveness in you that it's dangerous to you. I was trying to explain to somebody also about how going with every single thing that the mainstream is doing and being a sheep, basically listening to, everything is true. Anything the news says, that is dangerous. That type of following of just having blinders on, you have to have an open mind to things also and use your discernment. That's also very important. Go ahead, Miss Della. You have something you want to say?
No, of course I got something to say. I'm still kind of traumatized. I can't. What the hell is Bonjean gonna say? Well, what could you possibly say?
Well, she already came out with extortionists, liars, thieves, liars, extortionists, all of that.
So yeah. A
And I guess
14-year-old
how can you
did that.
right? And how can you be called a gold digger when so his little stable at the house is getting too full and she's getting too grown and she don't want to deal with that shit no more because she's trying to come into her own. So he shuffles her out of there and gets her own place and kind of sends her off because she's aged out at this point. Let's keep that shit real. She has aged out. So he sends her out into her apartment and a car and a job. Like, fuck you. I wish your motherfucker would. You gonna send me to go work a regular old 9 to 5 after you put me through this shit? I can't even think
Exactly.
straight. How am I supposed to think straight, let alone function on a damn regular old job? You better, if anything, he should have hooked her up with something like a job in the industry. She could have worked for the label. I mean, not to say she
He
needed to be
ain't
a
gonna
job.
do that.
I know, but I'm saying,
No,
like,
absolutely
damn.
not. Why in the world would he look out for? He ain't looked out for none of them. They're sitting up there talking about they were there for the money. They were just there. What money? You're right. You put that girl in the apartment. You should have gave her millions, but you didn't. You didn't give none of them that. You couldn't even keep your own goddamn place. That's why your ass in house went in foreclosure. Terrible. And then once he got locked up, oh yeah, Godfather was taking care of her till he got locked up. After he got locked up, she filed bankruptcy. So she really made off good with him.
Yeah, she filed bankruptcy, but she also, so now they're saying, has a family. So that is something good for her if that is true. That means she's able to, continue on and hopefully love and, I want to say that J-Man, you made a point. He said, so I said they're going to throw McDavid and them under the bus. Well, just like J-Man said, honey, McDavid and Brown going to throw his ass under the bus too. So it's going to be a hash. It's going to be a brawl. It's going to be an all-out brawl up in that bitch. Watch.
Well, it don't make a difference because it's his ass that's on the tape. They knew it. They knew it.
What if it wasn't? What if McDavid was on the tape? I feel like everybody is on the tape at this point. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah. How do you get around the tape, G. Washington? That's a good question. Like Miss Della just said, that's what's the most damning in this case are the tapes. Whether there's 1, 3, or 4 physical tapes, they're there and they're real. Like,
I can't imagine how he explaining this to Bonjean. What could he possibly say? He said poverty. What was it? He's from poverty. A lot of people took advantage of him. Nobody want to hear this man. This man is good at what he does. Manipulation, grooming.
Don't forget his. Go ahead. I was saying, don't forget his illiteracy. His illiteracy is also
and illiterate. Yes, he knows exactly what he's doing. Like I said, he got a gift for that.
Oh yeah,
and it's terrible.
So he gets in front of these lawyers and these judges and whoever else, parents, playing this humble guy who can't read or write. They just make up lies about me because they steal from me. And as soon as he gets behind doors with those children, he's smacking them up. He's poking them. He's abusing them. Everything.
And you know what? Did you read the part? I mean, I did go, get my dog something. But did you read the part about how she brought her friends in and how, her and her friends had a falling out? Did you get to that or did I miss that?
What? I don't know that might have been, let me find that. Okay. I don't remember that part on. That might have been.
I think I just heard you say their names and Pinky, but I remember earlier we were talking about how he would bring them in and they would sleep together in group. This man is a monster. I don't give a F. I don't want to hear nothing about no girls being fast. I don't want to hear nothing about this been 50 years ago. I don't want to hear any of it because that man got hundreds of tapes. And it's terrible. And you're caught. You're on a tape saying it for 10 times. Daddy, come get this 14-year-old P. It's you. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot wait to see how Bonjing behavior is going to be. Your client is a predator, and that's just the bottom line. You know he's sick. You had plenty of money to get help. You could care less. This was your focus on getting young women and taking advantage of them. That's it. That's why you lost every goddamn thing you had. Fucking foreclosure. Ain't got nothing to your name. Living in a Trump Tower. Oh, I'm sorry. Living in prison now. It's unacceptable. It's horrible what that little girl had to face all those years. Again, we don't know the part. What the parents on board. It happened because the father was sitting there playing in his band. So what triggered? What happened? Were the parents being paid off too? I guess we're gonna have to wait until the mother testifies.
Yeah.
I understand you losing your job, but come on now. You losing your job, so let me just give you my child. That don't make no sense.
I don't know where I found that, where I was reading that from, but basically, a couple of her friends that she did bring in, they had threesomes with them. She said when she found out that he was having S word with one of them on the side of her, outside of her, and that's when her and the girl fell out. And then another one, she said they similarly fell out also. So basically, and he has a history of that. We've talked about this, how he turns them against each other. He causes these toxic situations and, really just lets them rumble it out. It seems like that he encourages it, actually. Yeah, I was looking article.
And you're it's right. So now you got tired of her. So now you encourage her or entice her. Come on and bring in some more girls. And I do recall you saying the way she did it, she kind of jokingly did it to see if they were on board or not. Like,
Right.
can you believe I'm dating him? You can join too, and try to see what kind of reaction you gonna get. If you get a good reaction, then he got her recruiting for him. And then, like you said, when she turned a certain age, it got horrible for her. And I
Right.
do remember.
I found it
Good,
actually.
go forward.
Yeah, I found it. Okay. So some of y'all might not want to, but this is just going back to the friends. Let me go up. So Jane and another teenage friend, Brittany, a schoolmate, also had. Oh wait, let me go back down. Actually, okay. So Jane's parents thought it was cool when she told them Kelly agreed to be her new godfather. In the weeks after Kelly agreed to become godfather to 13-year-old Jane, their conversations became S word. We would spend a lot of time on the phone together, and eventually he might ask me a question like, "What color panties are you wearing?" Jane's parents and aunt let Jane spend more time alone with her godfather at his house and studio. One night in the wee hours on a couch at the studio, a S word conversation advanced to groping. She was 14. And over time, he instructed her to do other S word acts. She had intercourse with him for the first time when she was 15. Asked how she recalled her age then, she said, "It's because that's when I lost my virginity." Asked how many times she had S word with Kelly between the ages of 15 and 18. She said, "Numerable." I remember reading that. Kelly would crush on Jane's friends. Asked her to solicit a friend identified by pseudonym Pinky for group S word. Pinky expected to testify. Kelly and Jane and Pinky had group sex multiple times. Before Jane found out, Kelly and Pinky were hooking up separately and ceased being friends, and Jane and Pinky were around 15 at the time. So he broke up that friendship. Jane and another teenage friend, Brittany, a school classmate, also had group S word with Kelly until a similar falling out. Yeah, that was all before the lunch break. So yeah. Yep. This grown ass superstar out here playing these little child well, not child games, child porn games with these teenage girls. Um, this is just mind blowing. Hey, Lucky Penny. Yeah, definitely gross, beyond gross. She didn't get shit. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to find out why people consistently say that they're gold diggers. They did it for the money, the shopping, the
Yeah,
this,
and
the
nobody
that.
got nothing. Nothing. Nobody got nothing.
They got traumatized. They got herpes. They got mental issues because I've talked to one or two of these people. These people's growths are stunted to their teenage years, some of them. J-Man said he think the jury's already made up their minds. So wait, and if they haven't seen those tapes yet, wait till that happens. I hope they all show back up.
Wait till oh my God, and wait till the other people start testifying.
Yeah,
Jennifer, it's over. You thought Bill Cosby was something. This shit is something. This is
exactly.
horrible.
JC said because if things got so difficult for him to get new girls, he could go F her and watch himself R-wording her to get off. He wasn't ready to make her independent. Right. And I believe she also turned into a trainer. I believe she was one of the trainers, they said. And
Remember
that's
what
probably
that
why she needed this immunity. Go ahead.
remember what that girl said. Excuse me. When when that during the interview, a girl came out and he introduced her and gave her a hug. That's to let R. Kelly know if she good enough for them or not. However, of course she didn't make the cut because she had a boyfriend and she also had a child. But that's what I'm saying. Recruiting people, seeing how they are. This man was, and he was running the enterprise. This is all he did. And you gonna sit there at the table, and he probably cannot believe that this is happening. All this shit came right back to bite you. And if Jennifer Bone Jean gonna try to paint her as a prostitute, they gonna fucking laugh at her. This your goddamn, and what make it hurt so bad? Your goddaughter. You sitting up there R and S-ing your goddaughter. Terrible. Filthy ass self.
Kelly's picture is next to the word demon in the dictionary. It's gonna be if it's not yet. Yeah. BJ's not gonna be able to defend those tapes. He's done. Yeah. I hope they toss R. Kelly an additional 100 on the top of the 30 that he has. Yep. And he lives to serve each and every day, wishing he could expire. Now that's a true life sentence. Yeah. He's a sociopath. I hope he doesn't have it too easy in jail. People were talking about, oh, Chi-Town is still Day Kang. He never did nothing for Chicago. They say they showing up for him outside. I haven't
Who
seen it.
gives a shit? I remember one time, and I can't remember where I heard this. It was on one of the YouTube channels. I think it was a relative or something with them, a cousin or something, and he would do a video, and she would say, can you get us something to eat? He didn't even want them even touching the food. So that's what I'm saying. You would get strange or something before you give your own family. You didn't do shit for the community. Nothing at all. And remember that time he was desperate for money after they was canceling his concerts and shit. And he had everybody pay $100 at the door. They say he made $10,000 less than 2 hours, and all he did was sing one goddamn verse and left. And everybody was, you R. Kelly, bitch! Except screaming, giving up everything for him. This man can care less. He's unbothered. And I'm going right back to the impact statement from from the New York trial. Everything that was being said, he wasn't even paying attention. Wasn't even looking. Him and Bon Jane just sitting back there. Nothing.
She probably gave him a pill to pop. I'm telling you right now, that lady's probably giving that man Xanax or whatever it is that makes him zone out. Giving him pills and McDonald's. He's been rich for the past 25 years, and he had 25 years to learn how to read and write and get counseling, and he never did. So that sob story is not going to work. I totally agree with you on that, Hazel E.
And
Where
I
is
think
I want to know where the lady is who was asking about, who was the lady I was asking about earlier? I forgot her name. Well, anyway, I hope her answer got question got answered. Word is he's the animal. It's
they
crazy how
lived
he
a
had.
house of horrors.
Yeah, he's still claiming innocent. I mean, he's still hoping, I think, for a Hail Mary here. I think he feels like 2008 is going to come my way again. I got people working behind the scenes. Don't forget Jack Palladino. If y'all was here last night, I'm just saying, Linda Minch. I'm just saying, R.I.P. Greg Lanfair. I'm just saying, like, like this man is desperate. I mean, allegedly. I guess this is what
And
people.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Travis Sloan saying, "Doesn't it sound familiar?" Um, Jane said Kelly told her to bring her friends, just like Tiffany Hawkins said to bring her friends years before. That's all he does. You're right. It's a sick pattern. He couldn't weigh out the gyms. They stopped his ass from coming from the high schools.
And he's
He's
insatiable.
taking
It
his
just
ass to
never ends. It
McDonald's.
never ends. It's because he's feeding demons. That's why. He's
Oh, good
feeding
Lord.
demons. And they never get full. I'm telling you right now. He is where he needs to be. Nobody is safe. Nobody, not even them niggas in jail. They're not safe. I'm telling you, they're not even safe
And
from
you
his
know
act.
what? So now I'm going to come back. I have to come back to this again. Remember, somebody was walked in the room with a dog collar on. And I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Faith. I can't. It probably was. I think it was. And had that person to give her oral sex. I never forget that. So it's that much craziness going on in that house that somebody got a dog collar on, walking like a dog on all fours, just like somebody fucking popping out underneath of the damn boxing ring. He crazy. He can't. It's what is the worst thing he can possibly do. He is not sexually satisfied. He has to keep going to the next level, the next level, the next level, the next level. And then remember, I would never forget, what was her name? Geronda Pace. Oh my God, reading her book, reading how she had to put the dildo, read this, all of this, having sex with the other guy right there. It's just nonstop. It's absolutely horrible that these young girls at this age had to go through this type of trauma in their life. Trauma, and that's what it was. That's trauma. No little girl should have to go through this. That you don't fucked up people's education. They didn't get a chance to have like a normal, normal school where you get to hang out with your friend. No, you can't hang out with your friends. You gonna sit in here and do this what I tell you to do,
He
and he
provided the
don't care.
friends. He provided the friends. And any friends they did have, he wanted them in the fold too. I want to address our legacy lectures. Welcome to the channel. I guess you're new here. We try not to name the victims' names in here. We know who all the victims are. We've been following this for 3 years, but thank you for enlightening us. Yeah, it was hard to hear when she went to live with him. There's no different than Joycelyn. Exactly. And she left school for what? You can have a job, you can't give a child an innocent path.
And just
Exactly.
to, and that's what I'm saying too. Just to sit there. What I'm saying is, it's over. You ain't got to worry about nobody fucking testifying. No more other testifying. You're done. What you
And
should do is the right thing. Jocelyn Joy, go ahead and continue your life. If you want to have a relationship like this or whatever, come visit me. But you go enjoy your life. No, you got to sit up in a goddamn apartment, whatever the hell's going on, all day long. To do nothing. He ain't even there. What the hell are you doing in there? Just sitting in there.
listen,
So
we
you gonna
learned a
fuck
lot.
up her life
Yeah,
because your life fucked up.
we
And
learned a
bury
lot
him
during
for what? He ain't getting out.
we learned a lot during this testimony. A lot of things were confirmed because a lot of the stuff was just rumors for us, right? So we're finally I think, satisfied in the fact that this young lady still, she's still a young lady. She was able to tell her truth and to publicly as she was humiliated, to publicly humiliate his ass right back. And my thing with him is like, be accountable for once. Apologize for once, sincerely.
He will not apologize because he felt he did nothing wrong. Just like I said, going back to the impact state, he didn't let's turned his head, talked and everything else. He didn't want to hear it because in his mind he felt him shit out. It's okay. You was having fun, but you ain't gonna wiggle your way out of here. No, God, this is actually horrifying. 30-something-year-old man fucking around with a 14-year-old child. Terrible. I'm disturbed. It took that girl a lot of guts. She probably didn't get no sleep last night, and then tomorrow gonna be worse
Yeah.
because Bonjing gonna, like you said.
Bonji,
I forgot somebody in the chat. Bonjing is probably gonna go hard on that girl because she ain't got nothing else to do. But hopefully she can stand her ground.
she wants to earn her coins from Kelly. From what I understand, oh shit. From what I understand from his Beehive YouTubers who get his word out, he does not like these women bashed, even any of them. They claim that he does not want them badly talked about or any of that. Why they do it still, then I don't know, but that's bullshit. I feel like that's just the message he wants out there. And in the meantime, he has some other McDavid Juniors out there doing his dirty work. And it's really sad. It's really fucked up. I'm just glad that this thing is in motion and it's going to be over because this too shall pass. I just want to remind us of that. Um, Somebody asked where Beautiful Spirit is. I don't know. I did text her too, to let her know.
I
Take a
think
look at
she
it.
is in the chat.
Okay,
I think I
Beautiful
saw her
Spirit.
name in there.
She's in the chat. If
And
somebody,
what happened to S? S must have been
she's here.
tired
She's in the
tonight.
chat also. Listen, I'll drop the
Well,
link real quick just in case anybody else wants to come up before we
I
sign off.
own S, and she should be here. Get your
Oh
ass up
shit.
on here.
Oh shit. We not taking pages out of Kelly's playbook, are we?
I own you, S. Where are you, dear? We miss you.
KB said that means Dre's ass was there and knew about it. Of course she was there. And I believe she was also in part of these threesomes and orgies that were taking place because it's already known he did forced orgies. I call them forced orgies. Beautiful Spirit. Welcome back.
Hey, Queens, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I want to make sure you were able to speak your piece, child, because this is the moment
Yeah,
we have been leading up to in all of these years.
I know. I was looking on Twitter. I was seeing about the testimony. I had a question.
Hi.
When she said that R. Kelly fell, hey, look at the baby. Hello. I'm sorry, y'all love the animals, but I thought that R. Kelly had got. I mean, I thought R. Kelly and his crew had whooped the daddy's rear end severely. The reason why didn't tell the truth and testified the truth in the first trial. But she's saying on the testimony that R. Kelly just fell to his knees, begging and pleading, and the daddy saying that I can't help you, I can't help you. So
Mhm.
now I'm wondering if that's all it took was for him to fall to his knees and fall out crying for them to continue to let him do these things to their daughter and work for him. That means y'all wasn't afraid of R. Kelly. Now I want to know what happened to this severe ass whooping that he allegedly received.
Mm.
Because that's what was put out there. That was the reason why he was so afraid to go again to testify the truth that was his daughter in the tape because they beat him up. I mean, that's what I had read.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, is she
Yeah,
gonna tell about how he got his ass beat? Because
yeah. Because I'm like, so is she still? So she's still lying?
she might be holding back on some stuff. Because you know what? I think there's a lot more. I really do feel like I'm surprised the liquor came up, but
Right.
I'm glad it did though. Hey, Shamanic.
Shamani, I just
Hello,
wanted to know what
everybody.
happened.
Miss Della, I'm so I was affected today.
Okay.
That's what you need to know. I'm still getting over this little, cold that I have. But
Hmm.
I was a I can't believe Robert is horrible.
Yeah.
Robert, you are horrible. Do you hear me? Bonjean, if you in here, your client is horrible. How dare he go to her and say, "Oh, well, we're gonna do this footage, and I'm gonna hand you some money because just in case somebody gets this tape and they watch it, they're gonna think you're a prostitute."
Right.
Really, really.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the common sense? How did this person get on? Like, I'm just trying to figure out. Like, this is how when she's a part of a group, and I thought that he put, had helped put together the group. Oh, so they were in the group before he even came around,
Yep.
and he peed on her vagina. He peed in her mouth. So I mean, it's no worse than that,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And but the thing about it is, he was getting her drunk, and I told you, Miss Della, I said, or she looked, she didn't even look like she was there because she
Yep.
was drunk.
Yep. It sure did. Sure did. That's fact.
That
That's
needs to be
fact.
another charge too, giving alcohol to a goddamn minor.
Exactly. Well,
Absolutely,
To
hello.
make
and
her
it's on
feel
Hello.
video.
good, to get her comfortable while you
Yeah.
get ready to do something horrible to her.
And
Oh my God.
sodomized her. Okay,
And
that's
Yep.
exactly what
she
he did.
began to think it was normal. She began to think
Hmm.
she was in a relationship, a normal, I'm gonna keep saying
Yeah,
normal
she got attacked too. I
relationship.
mean, what does that say? I don't know if anybody's
Oh.
ever gotten a tattoo of anyone. I have never, but you know, that's like, to me, in my mind, what she's thinking in her mind is that we're in love because I'm covering for you. You need me. You told me you
Yeah.
needed me, but yet he discarded her at 18, but didn't stop beating her, spanking her, and all this other bullshit till she was 24. I don't know what is going on with Chicago. I don't know what's in the water over there. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people in Detroit, friends
Yeah.
and things like that. I don't have no family. They don't fuck with him at all because of Aaliyah. Anyway,
But I
I don't know
told didn't I?
nobody.
Thank you,
I don't know
Shamani.
nobody.
I've been telling them, Shamani. You know I'm from Detroit too, baby. We telling the facts, honey. We
If that
sure did
nigga
this.
walks over there trying to holler at somebody going up in the club, there's gonna be a tower of people jumping him.
Okay. Okay.
They
Yep.
don't fuck with
And
him.
okay, I had a question. When she said that Stephanie told her to go over there and ask him to be her godfather, is Stephanie a Sparkle or is that a different Stephanie they were talking about?
Same Stephanie.
Oh wow.
Same Stephanie.
Oh.
Yeah, we were saying
Oh.
earlier how, like, even though, like, what if, okay, so think about it. As a
Mm-hmm.
regular old basic woman, I'm just saying, not no
Mm-hmm.
industry person, just a regular female,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a little thirsty for some career stuff, maybe like, oh, maybe he'll let me do a song. But your mind is not going to, he's gonna F my niece. She's
Right.
12. I don't like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking she might not have been thinking it was gonna go there. I think maybe it was for some clout, but not that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna give her a little benefit of it because I can't imagine the way she was campaigning for justice for her niece, that she was actually the person to set her up like that. I can't.
Man, I would hope I hope not. I
Just like
pray.
Miss Della said earlier, she needs to clear this up. She
Yeah, she do.
does. I'm wondering if she
Clear it up.
I agree, but wait a minute. The
understand.
person that started that rumor, though, and I can honestly vouch, is Whitney Williams. She's the one
Okay.
who started the rumor with Sparkle taking money from Robert to keep the whole niece situation under wraps.
Mm.
That's how that rumor got out.
Okay.
But
Well,
Dang.
it ain't Wendy ain't gonna be giving no information no time soon. She didn't even know
Leave
they
me
had to keep
alone, Miss
reminding
Della.
her
She's
show
going
was
through enough.
canceled.
She needs to be subpoenaed to the court because she was shown tape
I don't
But
think
what
she's
I'm
by an
saying
mentally.
is
executive.
she's
I don't
in
think she's
bad
mentally.
condition,
She's not mentally
Oh,
able.
She's
She's not.
she's in real bad condition. It's funny because
Yeah,
I actually read that tonight. She didn't
yeah.
even know her show was canceled. They had to keep telling her.
Oh man.
well,
Wow.
Ed
She's
Jensen
in
was in
real
bad
bad
condition.
condition.
Ed Jensen is in a permanently bad condition.
I know, but they didn't care about it. They could go talk to her.
And Wendy is on her way because honestly, Wendy, we know she has a bad drug history. I'm feeling like she done
Yeah,
fell off the wagon. I hate to say that, and I hope it was not the case. And I heard
yeah,
she's still fighting for her money too. So she's really not in a position to get involved. Like unless she's gonna come with the truth, she needs to just stay
right.
over there and sit down and just keep it cute. Like don't do that. I didn't remember hearing a rumor about Sparkle stealing, but um, I know that she was hardcore about the fact that this was her niece in this tape,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted justice. And see, that's the other thing. The tape came out what, a year or two after they met,
Yeah,
so all of this was going on, and until the tape came, was kind of like, well, what? This is what y'all been doing?
right.
I thought
Because
y'all were having
Sparkle,
innocent sleepovers.
because Sparkle said she was getting calls before the tape, surfaced that your niece been up at the studio, hanging out, getting dropped off by herself and stuff, and she claimed that, oh, she would call and tell Robert, why is my niece there, or get her out of there or whatever. Then she figured, oh well, if the mom brought her, then she's fine, and she didn't think nothing of it. Now that's what she was saying. Then she said when the tape came out, she backtracked and went and put it all together. That girl wasn't up there just for no sleepovers and Christmas parties and all that stuff. She was up there because that man was sleeping with
Mm-mm-mm. I'm wondering where her mind is at when hearing this, because it is
her. Right.
it makes you insinuate that she actually, helped this thing get going, like
Yeah.
which she may have been unintentionally, but
Because
it sounds
see,
like
the way Sparkle, I could see how they got out because the way Sparkle said it in her own words sitting there, she said that the reason why she brought her niece because R. Kelly owed her because he didn't help her with her album. He owed her. So she figured my niece got talent. She knows how to sing. I'll bring her. So it looked kind of fucked up. Like, what? You go get a child because he owed you? Like, man, please.
Sharita. No, you did not. I'm sorry, Kim. Sharita said Landfair died to get out of testifying. Girl. So it took him to die so he wouldn't testify, but he was leaving his daughter and his family, his wife and his family. Now, what type of family man, as a head of a family, allows this? Like, that's the thing. Like, I understand what the testimony said. He was pissed and outraged, and
Right.
why he didn't throw hands. I would have.
That man was so scared of Robert. I could tell by looking at him. He
on
couldn't
his
flip.
knees. He was on his knees crying and begging. I would have kicked the shit out of his face. I would have ripped
Right.
his face off. Okay, like,
Well, I felt like he did that just to see what their reaction would be, just to
and he
see
would have got a
how.
reaction from me. I'm gonna tell you that, especially if
I
I'm
know he would have.
a man, a father.
Let me tell you something.
My
What you got is down because Grady Tatum Jr. would have shown enough caught a cat been behind me. Oh, baby, please. Huh? He almost blew my uncle head off just for saying, come sit on give me your uncle a hug.
Your dad,
He said, my daughter ain't hugging on another man. I don't care who you is.
yeah. Some people really know what's up because unfortunately they've been exposed to it themselves, or they've heard or seen other people.
But you know what? R. Kelly knew that the father was weak. Whatever else happened, he already smelt that out of him. I'll have him just do this.
Yeah, he was good for that. He was good for sniffing prey.
Because you're not going to address nobody's parents. They have enough balls to know what you did to their child and don't think it's no repercussion. He didn't just be running up to everybody doing that mess.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Prey is not only the children, but it's the parents too. Because you sniff out the child, and then you sniff out the parents, and you go, "Oh yeah, I could do this." Yeah,
yep.
But just to be fair though, this man has put hits on people
Yeah, he
And
has.
I just kind of feel as though this man was just trying to protect himself.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, he did put a hit out on his own brother. That part never changed. When he
He
wanted
put
Carrie
hits
to
out on
take the
people.
fall.
He also had hits put on him, and he used
Yes,
people as decoys just to,
yes,
so
yep.
yeah, that's the type of world he was living in.
And yeah, and that's the kind of manipulating, backstabbing stuff that he does too, as well.
What's up, Robert Keller? Welcome to the stage,
Uh,
baby.
what's
Hey,
up,
Robert
everybody?
Keller, how you been,
How
Robert
y'all
Keller?
doing?
I know he's like you late as hell. You talking
Man, I got to get used to this West Coast times. Hey,
about,
Oh man,
okay?
it's early. It's early
but
as
no,
heck.
I catch the replay though. I always catch the replay.
I appreciate it. What's going
Okay.
on? What's your thoughts?
Man, I think after today, they might as well.
Mm,
I think they minds made up today.
mm.
They might as well go straight to deliberation.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's how I feel. Like,
What,
just,
baby?
just let's just wrap this up. Like, we don't
this
even need no
this
more.
this is going to be hard. I'm pretty sure she's going to try to do everything she can to uh, call everything except for the child of God, but you still got that evidence that you just can't get over. I
Can't.
don't know. I still don't know how Bojine is going. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a tactics to try to discredit her. But
Yeah.
the evidence is like how do you get over that? She already acknowledged it in the opening statement that it's there.
Yeah. I agree.
So man, I don't know. And then you have his co-defendants. It's like it's every man for themselves.
Yeah, for real. They finna they finna go at it. I feel it. I've been telling y'all this was gonna happen.
But I rolled past the courthouse today, this morning,
Oh, did you? What's was looking
and
like?
and it was four people. It was four people
Ah,
in
ah, for real?
in his home state. Now this is like 7 in the morning.
Okay, well,
Right,
you know they're
right,
not gonna get there till like noon. They're not gonna
right,
roll up till like 1 o'clock.
right.
After
So I don't know how many end up in there, but as far as actually waiting in line, waiting to get in, it
oh,
was
it's
it was, four, it
happening,
was
huh?
four people in line.
Oh,
You would think they would be up there early. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I think New York had a better turnout as far as supporters.
that's interesting. Because I forgot who reported that Chicago, it was pretty packed outside. Oh, it was Dennis Byron. He said it's crowded out here. This was maybe it was the first day of maybe it was yesterday, but
Okay,
yeah,
well, I know
they
this. I know today I rode by there and it was four people.
they already knew what was happening. Like, why am I gonna show up for that?
I don't even think they I don't even think they are filling the overflow room. I think everybody's in the galley.
Wow, really? That says a lot. I know one of the Beehive YouTubers said none of his family was there, and that maybe three of his friends that she recognized were there. But yeah, he's not.
That's very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is home city.
He ain't packing the house like he used to.
Don't nobody
So
really mess
why
with him like
why
that no more.
why so why is that cook or the nutritionist or whatever, she's like she was basically saying that his family supports him and all this other stuff. I
Oh,
guess that's
man,
not all the way true.
I don't believe nothing come out her mouth.
Oh,
She
okay.
know him. She was his nutritionist for 2 minutes, and she know his whole life story.
Right.
Got it. Got it.
So aggressive with her defense. It's like, girl, what is really going on here? Who is paying you? What is really happening? Because
Oh, she's definitely being paid.
she campaigned for Bruce a lot, like Cash App Bruce.
At first it was sending money directly to Rob, and we see how that turned out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the government took it.
What?
Right.
That is crazy. Well, I want to welcome Conchita Campfield. She said she's new to the page, but she's crying because he destroyed these lives. I'm so proud of Jane for
Um,
coming forth. I always wanted to know what happened to her. Her aunt
yeah.
should have warned her parent. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I wonder
definitely.
when is the mom gonna testify? And
I,
and and and, and anybody else?
I think she
Maybe next
testified.
week.
I think she testified after Ratana
I,
Mm,
I think that would be most effective and compelling to have her come right behind her daughter.
because I
okay.
was told that she was supposed to testify today.
Oh,
Mm.
and then Rashonda ended up testifying.
oh, okay. Wow. Well, I hope she's up to it, and she's gonna have to go through cross as well.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they prepared them, for cross.
Based on what I
Um,
heard about the mom, she got some spirit. Like the way she came in and told the father to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Interview is over. Questioning is over.
to be honest, I think they need to lock the mom up. To be honest with
Yep.
you,
Mm.
I'm with you with on that, Robert Keller. I feel I'm a total 100% agreement with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because, because it's nothing. You can't threaten in life. They say they life would threaten. Like, I'm gonna be threatening your life. I ain't worried about you threatening my life. Yours is the one. Your life is. You have to worry about your life getting threatened when it
Right.
comes to a situation like that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Everybody's bodies would have been laid out. All of us.
So you think that they should have went to the FBI and just reported it anonymously?
No, well, no, they are the
Because I don't think the Chicago Police Department would have helped them because he
they
had
all they have to do is
friends.
cooperate. In the OA trial, all they have to do is cooperate and not lie and say that's not my daughter, and he would have been in jail because
True,
that's the
but
only reason he didn't
true,
go to
but
jail in OA.
right, but I mean he had D. Rogatis's his house shot at. I mean, I just kind of feel as though they were just scared. I mean, maybe the feds would have helped. They should have, but them going to the police department, the Chicago Police Department. I mean, he just had too many hands that he was dealing with within that department to where I just don't see how it could have worked in their
You know,
favor.
you know
They would
what?
have
I
been
can only
dead.
go off of like how I would have reacted in that situation. I know
Yeah.
everybody is different, but I can only go off like what I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
And me
Gotcha.
personally, I'm not worried about my house getting shot at. I ain't worried about nobody threatening my life. You just violated my daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm with you. It's heartbreaking. It just I went through so many different emotions just going through this stuff, but it was more so at the end. I was so angry. Like I just felt like I needed to be there, like to smack this nigga up. Like I feel like why did he allow why the whole city just like really? I'm sorry,
Exactly.
I'm not nothing about your city, but I'm just saying like
And then the supporters, he put Chicago on the map. He put Chicago on the map looking real bad. Y'all need to stop saying that shit.
oh,
Well, I'm from Chicago, and back then, I will say that
Mm-hmm.
he had a huge. His music had a huge influence. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
and it allowed a lot of people to turn a blind eye, including me.
mm.
Yeah. I can respect the honesty. I could,
What was behind that though? Like as far as your mindset,
You
was
know
it
what?
just
Back then, I was just young. I didn't.
mm,
I was young,
okay.
and when it happened, I was like, oh, shit. What year was that? Oh, two when it came out. I was 19 years old.
the indictment? Yeah.
So I was
Right.
in college. I think I just came out the military in college, and my
Um,
mindset was like, okay, uh, uh, you know, she wanted it. That's how I looked at it. It's consensual, but at that young age,
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't understand the reality of the situation.
That's understandable. You know, that's why I give people a pass sometimes when I see them popping off in defense of some, or I don't think you would have been going on Twitter though, going ham on people about them though, right? Like,
I thought when I first saw it, I was like, okay, that's him. He's going to jail. And then trial never came. I honestly forgot about it. Like trial took so long,
six
I
years.
forgot about it. And when when it finally happened in '08, I'm like, oh yeah, he he was supposed to have a trial, and then he got
That's
off, and it was
exactly
like
that's exactly why
water
they
under the
kept
bridge.
on.
It was like
Mhm.
water under the bridge once he.
Yep. That was the strategy. That was the plan. Yeah, you literally just let us know that it worked. That was what they wanted.
And I feel that's what they tried to do this time. You know, they drug it out for so long, for 2 years. To me, this is a long time. But they
Yeah,
tried to drag it out even longer, and then the weather was like, nah, this is it.
yeah. Even with
Go on, do
COVID.
the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if it weren't for COVID, it would have been happened.
For sure. I believe that too. Yeah. I heard some of the PI people were saying that, oh, they don't have no evidence. That's why it's taking so long because they're trying to still get evidence. I'm like, do you not remember a whole virus that took over this whole world, this country, not too long? Like that was a big part of it. But yeah, they still can't. They are still out there fighting
I
for their
think
claim.
this trial, if they don't run out of excuses by the time this trial over with, they good. I think you're gonna run out. They're gonna run out of excuses come this trial.
Man,
Actually, before Rashana get off the stand, they're gonna run out of excuses.
Well, I'm surprised they not bashing her yet. You know what I
they
mean?
Yeah,
Oh
are.
you know
yeah.
what? Yeah, they have it. They, I know the ads and everybody else in New York. They bashed the mess out of them. She's the only one, which
I
I'm
saw
glad.
some bashing. I saw some bashing today on Twitter. That
What you see?
lying, trying to protect herself. She got money.
That's nothing. That's nothing compared to
No.
to.
It's not the same type of bashing. I didn't see that. Definitely didn't
Okay.
see that. But I know that was on another level for Az because that was I think was their hope for him. Like these girls right here, they're gonna turn this around for him. They look how they riding for him on Gayle King. They gonna do that. And little did they know, little Miss Firecracker has something else in mind for that ass. So yeah, they're pissed about that still.
Right. Right.
When I seen that Gayle King interview, I knew that was a cry out for help and really saying that the fear that he had put into them. That's what I saw. I didn't see that they really had his back. That I could tell that they was forced to say that. I saw
Yeah,
past the BS.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely saw like they was
Like,
coerced.
yeah, I looked at it like she wanted to say something so bad, but that was even before we knew that he was stomping and coughing in the background. I said he got to be somewhere close, and I told them I'm gonna be right there if y'all say anything else different. And they really feel like he it was no way out or whatever, and they couldn't have got rescued or whatever. Because I was just like, no, that wasn't because they just had his back so bad. Mm-mm. Which we found out that he ordered Chinese food or something that day because they did a very well job on the interview. So they earned a meal for that day. Like that broke my heart. To eat. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm.
And you know
Mm-mm.
what? I thought Joy would be the one that would come out before Ash for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
why.
you weren't listening
I
to
don't know where that
my
baby is
tarot card
at.
readings, were ya? My tarot card readings, you weren't listening. We already
But
told y'all that Az was coming home, but Joy was not. That was very clear. The
cars don't
cards
lie.
said it. They don't lie.
See?
They don't lie, baby.
Oh my God.
That's right, Robert.
I pray for Joy feeling every day still, like the rest of the family and survivors, for her sanity, right peace of mind, and everything. And she know that God got her no matter what. But this so odd to go this many years and this long without talking to nobody in your family that we know of from what they saying. I just don't understand it. It's
We talked about
concerning.
that a little bit before you got online, before you got on, Kim. And that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. He should be to do the decent thing. Look, I'm probably gonna be in here till I'm 100. You
Mm-hmm.
gonna enjoy
I,
the rest of your life. But he ain't gonna do that. He
I
gonna
hope
leave her.
I
He
think he
got to
may
have that
do that
control.
after he gets sentenced. I think he still has some slither of a hope that he can get out on appeal. And once that has exhausted, I think he may send her home. I honestly think that he's afraid to send her home because if he send her home, he may get indicted again.
I
Am I
agree.
here?
I
Oh,
said that earlier.
Yeah,
You're
Am I
right.
you
here?
right, Robert Taylor. You right.
yeah,
You
Am I
exactly
here?
right.
I
Can y'all
agree.
hear me? I don't.
Because
Hey, James. Yes, we can hear you. Can
what's
you
up,
Okay,
hear
James?
me,
I
James?
turned down my TV, so now
Yeah.
I'm just hearing you through my phone. Right?
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
What you got on your mind, baby?
Look, man, this is the moment I was waiting for because I knew there's no way that the Beehive could talk around
They
RL.
they
Like, there's
trying.
literally no way they can. You can't call her a liar because she's already admitted to lying about the grand jury thing, and now the government is proving why she lied. But my one issue is her parent, out of all the ones, the leave the Clarys alone, the Savages, whatever, those parents need to be in jail. At least the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And the Leah
Something.
parents. And the Leah parents.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. They're still claiming to have never known anything. These parents
No,
knew.
no, no,
No,
no. Aaliyah's mother, she's the last one standing, and she knew.
I
exactly.
I'm
maybe
just saying.
whatever, but the last
No, the
all
mom
those
knew.
parents,
We can agree
no
to
way,
disagree. Okay, go
no
ahead.
way.
But
Like
yeah, I've
that's
been
one
waiting
of
on this
those.
since I've been
That's
waiting
one of
on this
those.
since he got
That's no.
indicted.
That's one of those. You take the bribe and then you snitch, like afterwards. Like what they
Right.
gonna do? Be like, oh, we paid them to cover this illegal thing up, and they turned. No, you don't sell your daughter out for that. That's the one set of parents. I'm like, there's no way, absolutely no way. And like, what can Bonjean say? And I can't even believe I'm talking about this, but there's nothing like. How do you attack that person? I'm gonna say, well, you lied
Well,
once, but as
ac-
I said, they're proving why she lied. There's like
according,
no way you can attack it. That's why Sly Fox and them was all like, court was just depressing today because, like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's what they said? I haven't been
yeah.
on that yet.
yeah, their demeanor was all off today.
Oh, man.
I couldn't wait to listen to her. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I
Me
can't
neither.
wait. Because
I
I'm
was
following
waiting on it.
Twitter.
I was
I'm
waiting
following
on it.
Twitter like, oh, I can't wait till she go live. I want to hear what she said. Her
Oh,
demeanor
man.
was all off.
I got to go check that out later.
Right.
Because
That's good.
because there's no way around it. And they were like, she just
Well,
doesn't seem credible and blah blah. It's like, girl,
it
she's the girl of the
appears
cave. Like, there's just no way around it.
it appears according to her opening statement, I believe she's going to try to say that he was extorted. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't think they know what extortion means. Extortion is when you are blackmailing or bribing someone to give you something.
right. He offered the
In this
money.
case, he was like forcing them to take money to get out of the country.
Right.
That's not extortion.
But you know, when you're dealing with a client like that, you gotta do something, and that was the best she could come up with. I believe.
Like the basis of extortion is generally demanding something. It seems
Yeah.
like R. Kelly was the one demanding something, like y'all get out of the country.
Oh yeah, that argument not going to be there. Like it's going to be an epic fail. I think she's going to when she do her cross tomorrow. You know, it's going to appear as if she did something, and then the redirect is just going to wheel everything back in.
No,
You know,
the only thing they can try and do, the same thing they try to do with Geronda, is they attack credibility, but
Yeah.
already admitting to lying. So what are
Right.
you attacking?
Right.
Right. They already went up there. They asked her why she lied and all that stuff. So I mean, what you gonna react to the same question?
Right.
Y'all, anyway, any of y'all want to play $40 to say if they are you lying then or were you lying now? Someone's gonna say it.
Oh, it's already been said.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
That same person.
I'll take your
same person.
$40.
That same person said.
Super chat that 40.
Yeah, like,
But yeah, they're gonna try to definitely discredit. This is what they do. She is no better. I think she might be the better of what he's had so far. I mean, I can't see Greenberg. You know, Greenberg is a clown. But
I think all the attorneys are good. It's just when you have a
they
client.
were not all good.
But
Right.
check it out. Check it out though. When you have a client like that, you don't have nothing to work with, so it will appear as if you barely passed the bar.
Which is why you should never take that case, which says something's going on with you.
I mean, somebody got to take it. Somebody got to take it.
Have to be you. You want to jeopardize your own reputation as an attorney? Like, I would not do that.
I mean,
Man, he
the
got so
last
much
guy
TV
did
time
it.
off that. He put that for his resume. He got so much TV time off that.
Yeah, that's true.
And Greenberg is going to wait till the case is over and say, "Oh yeah, he should
be right on court
He
TV.
did this."
Yeah, he gonna try to do the appeal.
Yeah,
he still tries to take credit for being his attorney. So yeah, I could see how that's useful for them. But at the end of the day, Bonjean, you on the big stage, baby. You got to show what you got tomorrow. I can't wait to see this. I will to,
Well,
I feel like I'm there. So when I'm,
Goddess, the thing is, it's on tape. Like this is
I
like,
know
and
that's
this
what
is
I'm
what
saying.
this is what frustrates me about the Beehive, because it's like, what's it going to take for them to say, okay, he might be guilty? And I would say maybe if he's on tape peeing on an underage girl, but like he already is, and that's not enough.
You
There's
know what they
nothing.
say? Oh, where the fourth tape at? I mean, all you need is one
Yeah.
tape.
Right, exactly.
Oh, where the fourth one at?
They're
I
gonna
mean, three
focus
not good enough.
on the fourth tape. Yeah, you're right.
They probably devastated. It ain't and and then you got her saying over 10 times her age on this on her pig. You got her saying that calling you daddy. It's embarrassing. So
Okay, so here's
they
why I'm
can say whatever
confused
the
at.
hell they want to say, huh?
Here's why I'm confused at. So he's on there saying, give me this 14-year-old, all this, right? But she said that she lost her virginity at 15.
I
But they were doing
know.
sexual acts.
So
She
it
said,
wasn't penetration.
yeah, full intercourse at 15.
Okay.
So I don't
Okay.
know. This might be weird. I saw the tape back in 2000. I was like 20. Not to date myself, but I felt like there was penetration in the scene I saw, but there may
No,
not have
that's
been.
a
I don't
different
know.
tape. That's a different
I
tape. So,
think what it is that she, because I've heard of this term before. It's more so when that particular individual accepts the fact that they lost their virginity. So I know that she was, I saw the tape too, and there was penetration. There definitely
right,
was
right. But
penetration in that Colorado room.
when he said, give me that 14-year-old with JJ, that wasn't a tape that came out in the '08 trial. The 14-year-old with JJ
No,
is
I know
a new
that.
tape.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, I saw the original tape that came out, and there was penetration. But in her mind, obviously, she was not ready to lose her virginity. At 15, she felt like she was ready to lose her virginity.
Well, I mean, it's on tape
That's
that they showed
I
you.
mean,
something.
was she
That's a
Wait a minute,
15 at that time?
that's a
Are we
sexual.
saying
It's just a sexual. It's like a victimization. That's just how they see things in their head.
But was
So
she
if she,
15 on that tape? On that tape, was she 15?
I don't know if she was 15 on that tape or
That's
Well,
right, because
not.
she could have. She could have
there's
been
multiple
15.
tapes, right? And maybe I think what they were saying was in the urinating one, there wasn't penetration in that one.
in the
But
one,
I
the
But there
2008?
was though. There was.
I think the one where he's saying, "Give me this 14 over JJ." That's where it may not have been of penetration. But I think he urinated on her on multiple
But
tapes. So I think
no,
that's
because
why
I
we confused.
remember. I remember. What is that attorney's name?
Michael
Um,
Avenatti.
yeah,
No,
he said that there was sodomization, there was vaginal
right.
penetration, and as well as oral sex.
I
So there.
understand that, but there's multiple tapes. I think we're getting them all confused.
It is Mark. You're right, Rob. It
We're
is.
getting we getting
Yes,
we
it
getting we
is.
getting confused with which tape is which.
That's true
Okay.
because you know what? Michael Avenatti did say we're not talking about the same tape in 2008. He did say that.
Now, that's one person
Right.
that I believe may hurt them if he come in and testify.
He in jail.
he ain't witnessed nothing. What is he going to
Well, they
testify
have to. I think they need him to establish the chain of command.
Yeah, he was
to?
a part
Okay.
of
Well,
the.
I know that he gave the tape to Kim Fox. He
Right. So
turned
that's
it
the
over.
chain of.
I think he
So
got
that's the right. That's the
CNN
chain.
said,
That's the chain of
huh?
command. So that's what they would need him for to establish the chain of command.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I
his
think,
hand was all over it. It was with CNN too, right? CNN, they
yeah.
watched it. That became a problem. It's child porn
Well,
while you're watching this. I remember that was a thing.
And
well,
then
I
he
don't
gave
think
it
CNN saw it. It was CNN attorneys that saw it that be on panel. So it was him and another attorney or female. Those two saw it. So it wasn't like the whole entire network saw it. Because,
That's not what I was saying, Robert Keller. But yeah, I can
but that's what they
imagine
make it seem like.
how you could
I
have
know,
gotten.
but that's what they make it seem like.
Yeah, I know. CNN saw the tape. That's not right. It's not. It's fake.
because
Fake.
they grab it for anything. They will grab for anything at this moment. Robert, by the way, how's your friend?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
How's your friend doing?
Robert was waiting on that
Oh
question.
man, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
That's why he
How's
said
your
you've been
friend
over
doing?
here. You
You
scaring
know what?
Robert
I
Kelly
don't know.
off.
I haven't talked to him in a minute. I don't know.
Well, you need to call him. Tell him I was thinking about him.
I got you.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
you.
Leave Robert
Ooh,
alone, child.
tell Conchita, didn't Tiffany Hawkins say she made her have an abortion? Oh, I guess that's gone now. Never mind.
Where oh, did I highlight something? Oh, this one? I'm sure
No,
that
one
was
where she
baby.
said there had to be babies in the mix. How many
Yeah.
abortions did he have? I think Tiffany
Yep.
Hawkins is doing. Yeah, that one.
There
Yeah.
might be some children who or grown folks at this point who were not aborted. I have a feeling. Just we were well, I won't get into it just because it involves a couple of the victims, but the timelines kind of say, those children might be Roberts or one of his people, because since they all do, they mix it up. It looks like.
Speaking of abortion, do you hear this thing about Joy coming back out saying that she is pregnant and
It ain't by R.
was
Kelly. He been in jail for 3 years.
hey man,
Well,
things can
Because she
happen,
tried to
Terrence.
say
That don't mean nothing.
artificial
Right.
semination.
That's what she's
Bonjean,
stating.
listen, Bonjean said it's not Robert's baby. She said she
She
didn't say
said
she wasn't pregnant though. She
she
just said
said she is pregnant. It ain't
it
Roberts, but
ain't Robert's.
she came back out and said it is him. The artificial insemination, whatever that is, where they freeze the sperm. If she
Seriously?
is, if that is true, I don't think it was no artificial nothing. I think he got some guards to bring up in jail, and he knocked her down in that jail room. If it's true, I still need
She a
more,
fool.
sources. I still need more. I still need more sources to kind of validate that.
That shit is
So,
fake.
so he worried about his ass gonna be in the jail for the rest of his life, and he worried about getting her pregnant. This is ridiculous.
But
That
he's
poor
always seemed like
girl.
he didn't want kids though. That's the thing. That's why I don't really believe that one. He seems child adverse.
He
Can't
got
even talk
three
to the ones
kids.
he
He
got,
got he got 3 kids.
and
Right,
apparently don't talk to them.
right.
Make that point. What's going on, Purple Purple? Welcome to Nice Girl Speak. Yeah, let her know, peoples. But yeah, like this, I can't wrap my mind. This right here is too. This was a lot today.
It was a
But
lot,
we
and
ain't. We just
and
getting
I'm
started.
I'm thinking
I
when
was
the mother
waiting for
come.
this, Robert. I was
Oh, me
waiting.
too. Me too. I was waiting ever since he got indicted. And I think
Everybody was speculating.
I,
RL testified grand jury. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Oh my God, this is just. Oh my
right,
God,
she
this
not
is
testifying.
terrible. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
And now
And the whole world
Now,
knows this.
now I see why they don't want that. Nobody wanted her to get on that stand. I see now.
exactly, exactly. And it was pretty quiet. It seemed like on the streets. But listen, we want to just give her some good energy for tomorrow, child. But yeah, I
Right.
just feel like she is just the beginning of this thing. Her mother, like, how's her mother gonna be? Oh my gosh. I
Oh,
can't.
That's why he.
her
That's
mother get
why
on
he
the
wanted to
stand
get
next,
out of
so it's
jail.
probably gonna be just as bad when her mother get on there.
Oh,
Yep, that's why he wanted to get out of jail. That's why he
Yep.
wanted to get out of jail so he can do some damn damage.
oh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, you talking about R. Kelly?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember he
because that's
was
the only
he.
way. That's the only way is to obstruct. Oh, I'm watching the news now. They talking about it. Let me see what they talking about.
Ooh.
Okay, Mr. Della.
Oh, it just went off. I missed it.
No, but
But
the Beehive have been arguing where the tapes, even after New York, where them tapes, where's all
be
this video?
careful. Be careful what
Now,
you ask for.
exactly. That's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
it's too old. They talking about something old like that. I don't give a damn about them tapes. Those
Stop.
girls were just fast. Let it
Statute
be
of
your
limitation
child.
Oh
Let
no,
it be
is
your child.
my favorite is Spitting Biscuits saying the girl looked like she liked it, so it shouldn't be a crime.
a
Ah,
Or
I
or
spit in
those
cheeseburger.
those
Spitting
two
cheeseburger.
twins that work for him. The two twins that work for him say it looked like two consensual adults to me.
They
Really?
was.
So it's
They
okay for a
was.
13, 14-year-old to be with a 30-something-year-old man? Okay.
It's crazy how they try to say that the minor. They try to put the responsibility like on the minor, but not on the grown up. Like they blame everybody except for the motherfucker who did the shit.
Yeah, it's almost like they act like he just had no idea what was going on, and he was just going. People were telling him where to go and who to have sex with, apparently.
But
Or
You know what? That's how
he's
they shape.
illiterate and they
That's how
took
they shape.
advantage of him. He
That's how
illiterate
they.
and these people took advantage of him.
That's how they
What
shape
about
him in the media, in his people. He's illiterate, like you were saying, Ms. Della, when I was also saying it. And he's illiterate. He's taken advantage of. They steal from him. This,
right,
that.
like he just
He's
halfway
actually
retarded.
Yeah,
That
he's
man-
the biggest victim in the world. Biggest victim, but yet the biggest monster. As soon as they go behind closed doors, he's smacking bitches up, peeing on bitches,
right.
all kind of shit.
I was
And Goddess, can you just get this across on one of your platforms? They keep saying, well, the girls lied about their ages, but then they told him their true ages while they were still underage.
I don't think that was the case in this trial though. That was New York.
Well, no, but the PI still tries to throw it out there, like, well, the girls lied. Well, then they told the truth while they were still underage, and he was unbothered.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Like, yeah.
They
it's
using
on tape.
that because excuse me, Jane said she lied about her age. He slapped her in the face, but she told him what her true age was.
Right.
You use one example and you think that's gonna cover the whole case. There's no doubt about it. You can look in there and see the child was the girl was a little girl that you had no business being with her.
Yeah, but the point is you can't use that as defense if they tell you the truth and you continue to sleep with them.
Exactly.
Yes,
Once he got that
I
permission slip, it
agree.
was over with. Once he got that permission slip for her, you acknowledge that she's underage because don't no adult need no permission slip to do a goddamn thing.
Well, you ain't gonna use. You thought she was 21 and wanted her to say she was that age. That's the shit ain't gonna fucking fly.
They knew that
It ain't gonna fly.
as soon as they brought her that first plane ticket, they knew her age. There's no way you can buy a plane ticket and don't put your date of birth in there.
Right. Exactly. Man. Well, they trying it. They are trying it. They have these attorneys out here fighting for these criminals. McDavid's attorneys, they're no slouches, I'll have to say. But
So I don't know if it was McDavid attorney or Milton Brown attorney did cross-examination today, and that blogger said she left. He stopped throwing R. Kelly under the bus, so she left.
oh, for real. It was probably
Say it
McDavid's attorney. Man, they didn't even give us details on that. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it is.
Say it again. Wait a minute, I didn't hear what he said. Say it one more time.
She started throwing him under the bus. She got up out of there, went to a hotel.
They might as well don't come back.
You know what's crazy? So it's like the government, they came with the, them little expert witness, gone and got that little stuff out the way. Then they came swinging after that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, we ain't playing. We're gonna get right to it.
He came right out. Barry Hankerson did it. He came out definitely swinging.
No, you guys.
No, I'm talking about swinging with Geronda. I mean, Rashana.
No, Sly Fox said Bongini was knocking him down like bowling pins.
Fuck out of here.
She's delusional.
Okay, they said the same thing about what's the other lady's name?
Kanik was knocking him down.
Yes,
Kanik.
on him. Kanik the mechanic. He's coming home.
They threw his ass under the bus so quick. They gonna do the same thing with her.
Throw him under the bus. Talk about him like a dog.
Knocking him down like bowling pins.
Every attorney, they did it with Greenberg.
Oh yeah, they done praised everyone that came on the scene. We should come on the scene and.
I just remembered I said that yesterday. That somebody that week that I said that somebody did that, throw the bowling pins down. I forgot who I said, but that lady. That lady gets in my craw. I got to go laugh at her later. I can't believe she said that. Like, how many times has she said he's coming home? Remember the New York Times went into her hotel room so she could get information and send to the lawyers, like she was on the damn team. She was crazy.
Oh, she got kicked out of another courtroom today. You didn't hear that?
Again today? No, yesterday I know she did.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. No, yeah, I talked about that yesterday. She got kicked out and fined. She got fined. She was like, "Thank goodness I had the money on me." And I bet you she gonna ask them people to donate that money back to her. I
Oh
bet
yeah,
you.
Like,
she gonna lie.
at what point do you say you might be a loon and just like stop being a loon?
I think
I'm
she
going.
gives these people hope. I mean, I can't figure it out other than that with her little skunk patch on
She
the
couldn't
top.
even do it. None of them could do it today. They was all sounding depressed. Like, well, Von Jean was knocking them down, I guess.
Well, you know what they can do? They can once this shit is over with, they can get on the visiting list. So then they'll be able to see I believe I can
Oh
Yeah,
fly.
no.
I really want to see
Oh,
if this nigga can fly.
I mean, they said
oh,
he
I'm
be waving
sorry.
at them. He be waving at them every morning, like he know his group. And I'm like, he has to just be disgusted. I can't even believe I'm thinking about this. Never mind.
Well,
But
shit.
yeah,
If I was his fan and I donated to him, I'd be pissed off the government took that money.
I plan on going to trial next week. So I have went there today, this morning, to kind of get an idea of when I need to be there. Because I'm like, okay, if I got to stand in line for 3 hours, I'm not going to come. So I went in there and I talked to the bailiff, and I'm like, okay, how? I mean, what time do I got to get here to get in trial? And he was like, well, there's only 4 people in there now.
Oh,
So and he was like, the main court is on the 25th floor and overflow on the 17th. That haven't been full.
Well, you
And
wow.
need to
then I
get
went to
there. We need you there. And
and then
take
I
a
went to
friend
Dunkin'
too.
Donuts. I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I was asking them like, have y'all seen, any, R. Kelly supporters around? And they were like, R. Kelly supporters for what? I said, well, his trial was this week. They were like, oh, I didn't know he had a trial. I thought that was over with.
Oh
So they
my
don't even know about it.
God.
They don't even
Wow.
know.
No longer
Well,
the
we
hottest
need you
thing in
there next
town.
week. We
I'm gonna
need
try
you
to
there
go.
next
Yeah,
week.
I'm gonna try to go at least twice a week, um, until the trial is over with.
And then we need you come out with your little microphone. Yeah, this is Robert Kelly reporting from the R. Kelly trial. Yeah. Bon Jean collapsed today.
Microphone and a press pass.
Yeah, we need you to
Wow.
get on in there. You can text Goddess when you're done.
4 people. That's
And then,
crazy.
like I said, that one YouTuber said, or I'm sorry, could you play it again, Goddess, of what he looks like? He's with the
Oh yeah.
6-pack and all that.
I sure
Oh
can.
no, 556 said he was balding today. She did admit it. She was like, he is going bald, guys.
Oh, is that
Robert's
right?
going bald. Robert's going bald, guys.
Hey,
Oh,
but you know what? It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. Thanks for inviting me, and I keep doing what you're doing.
anytime.
Call your
Thank you
friend.
so
Call your
much.
friend.
Don't be a
Got
Thank you,
stranger.
Robert.
All right,
all right, y'all.
You got
Robert.
10 minutes. You got 10 more minutes out of me, and then I got to watch my stories.
Well, y'all got 5 minutes out of me.
All
So
right.
how about that?
Huh,
Thank
that's
you.
hilarious.
But listen, dang, I was gonna say something. Well, never mind. Go ahead, y'all. Listen, yeah, I am gonna actually be closing this up. So last thoughts.
No, this was good. I can't wait for
It was
tomorrow to get
great,
here.
but I was disgusted
Definitely.
with I mean just wow. It's
And
all
we're
I
gonna
can.
get
I'm still
more.
speechless. I have to wait till Saturday really to get my thoughts clear because I'm still processing this.
Oh yeah, I had to take
Yeah.
a shower before the live. Usually I take my shower after the lives, but I had to take one before, and I'm gonna have to take another one because I just feel so like, ugh, like there's just this
Right,
soot.
right.
And
I
what
hear
I
you.
do, I'll take a break like during working hours, or I'm sorry, take the beast outside and then call God and say, okay, did anything happen? I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She's like, oh, okay.
And then she's like, all right, I gotta go. She basically gets a preview of what I come here and do. So it's all
That is
good.
true, but it's okay because that means you on top of it.
Well, I'll try to be, you know what I'm saying? And I know you guys are invested also. So it's important to me as it is, but to know that you guys are interested and want to know information. If I can give it, then that's what I'm gonna do.
You know
So
damn well we interested. That's why you got all these damn people in the chat. Everybody was waiting for this.
Yeah, this
I
was the
mean, we
day.
waited years for this.
Thank you, Love Warrior. But yeah, you
Yeah.
guys, you queens on the panel and King and the King that just left. I truly appreciate you coming on and giving your insight and input and engaging. Thank you all for keeping up with the community wall. Please keep that up. Otherwise, I'm gonna cut that shit out because it is time consuming a little bit. But I do, I'm trying to keep a
Yeah.
little journal. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
my online journal, so that when this book comes out, yes, we're writing a book. Everything's documented. So, I got to keep the trolls off my back too. So I need you guys to just engage and just make sure you're present with me. That's all. That's all. We got what they say about 20 days was expected. We're 4 days down. So this is tomorrow's Friday, and we're gonna get a weekend off and back on Monday. So unless y'all got anything else, we out of here till tomorrow.
Well, I thank you guys and love and peace to everybody.
Same to you, boo.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
beautiful spirit. Thank you, Miss Della, as usual.
All right, y'all. Peace.
You're welcome.
Bye,
Have a good
y'all.
evening, everybody. Bye bye.
Be safe. Bye.